This is 13 Not Reviews, and today we will be doing something a little bit different. I wanted to dive into the paranormal world. Paranormal movies are not really usually my thing. They're usually, I consider them date movies, usually. They're something you would take somebody on a date to. Usually that is what the girls want to watch or something, and or whoever you're on a date with, or that or Michael Myers. Those are date movies. I don't know why they like Michael Myers though. Now don't be offended if you're one of the few that like gore and like shock value. You're the exception, not the rule. So don't be offended by that. Today, speaking of ghosts though, I don't know if you noticed the hair and the beard is gone. It's been ghosted. But today we will be reviewing Reincarnation as a film in 2005 directed by TAKASHI SHIMIZU. I hope I got that right. He directed The Grudge and Grudge 2. I like those films a lot, by the way. Now, being a paranormal movie, I wasn't really expecting a lot going. It's one of the 8 films to die for. There you go. The first season, I guess, or the first year they put them out, one of the first 8. And the budget on this film, I could not find, but I'm going to guess it's around $1 million. I think it made like 5-6 million worldwide or something in the box office, but I can't find how much the budget was. So judging by that, I'm going to say about $1 million. It may be up or maybe a little lower, but it's definitely around that area, I would say. If not, correct me in the comments. It'd be much appreciated. Now, this movie had a little bit of everything. I mean, you had you creepy kids in it. You had your creepy dolls in it. You had some a little bit of a slasher vibe to it with the storyline. The storyline is basically you got this horror director, and he's recreating a film of a murder, multiple murders that happened 11 years ago, where a professor killed 11 people at a hotel. Now, once they start getting the script and they start trying to get this film together, people start seeing ghosts and stuff, and it's really kind of creepy because then one of the girls they cast, she starts seeing the little girl and stuff, and I think she's being casted as the little girl that died in the film. So you start getting a feel for seeing these ghosts coming around, and they start targeting like certain people. So I mean, the film's called Reincarnation. You know, put that shit together. You know, now I have to say that I like the fact of a horror film being made within a horror movie. I don't know. I always like that. There's something about it. And when they get into building the set, and they actually take the cast and crew to the hotel where the events happen, and you start seeing little visions here and there. And when they start getting into making the film and on the set, and I guess you get to see. Okay, when the professor killed him, he videotaped it. And when he videotaped it, he did it on an 8mm, which was very cool to see in the film, because I love the 8mm feel to it when he's sitting there recording himself killing these people, because you get the 8mm like rattle when it's filming, you can hear it, and you get to watch when they're recreating the film. It starts like recreating all these murders. So you get to see the murders happening on the 8mm film as it's going on when they're on set. So I thought that was really cool. And then you get the blood. You get like a little bit of a zombie feel to it from when like the people get the ghosts like take over the people and stuff. And they're kind of zombified, but they're just kind of just going back and just recreating what happened 35 years ago. Now, it kind of, there's parts of it didn't make sense to me at first and going through the film, but everything kind of clicked at the end. I kind of had to go back and watch a little bit of the first of the film but because the first of the film wasn't making sense to me, and then when I go back and watch it after watching the end of it, I was very pleased with it. I think the film is like 96 minutes long. It does not feel like that. I was really into it. It's subtitled, so if you don't like subtitles, then I don't know what to tell you. I'm sometimes subtitled films I can't get into. This one I was just glued to. I don't know, something about it. I guess it was a story. It was a great story. The imagery was cool. There's not really much to knock about it, besides the fact that you had to go back and watch a little bit of it at the first. And that was just me. You might not have to, because you might see everything at the beginning and remember it all, and like I can just click, be like, oh shit, yeah, and that's why that happened. Now, the end of it had this very cool twist. I didn't see it coming. So I like that about it. The twist at the end, I can't tell you nothing about that, but it was very cool, I thought. And this film, actually, I was watching this late last night. So I'm sitting there watching it by myself late, and I get up afterwards, and I was thinking about it. I was really thinking about this film. And usually I don't. Sometimes that's a good thing, though, because if you don't think about a film after it's over with, then it's fucking shit, and you're just forgetting about it. This one had me going. I was thinking about this one after I watched it. So I got up late last night. I had to go piss, and I couldn't help it. I had to look over my shoulder like something was behind me, and I pissed all over the toilet seat and the little bit on the floor. I had to clean that shit up. So I had to get my shit together. Anyway, the kills were cool. You get to see a little bit of blood and stuff. This director, I don't know what about it, but he likes to kill kids, I guess, and likes to kill them in fucked up ways. Not really perverted fucked up ways, but just fucking fucked up ways. I mean, look at The Grudge, and then you see this one, and how he killed this one, and who the kids are in the film. So there's not really that much to knock about this film to me. I mean, basically, there's no nudity. That's a knock. I don't know if that's a knock to you or not, but for paranormal films, that's usually a thing. There's usually no nudity in paranormal films. So that's not, it's really something I would knock. The understanding of some scenes, I guess, is kind of deep and kind of hard sometimes. I had to, like I said, I had to go back and rewatch a little bit of it. So that kind of, and then there's the subtitles. But I'm nitpicking. I'm nitpicking again on this film. But since I don't know the budget, we're gonna give this film like a solid. I'm gonna give it a solid 3.5 out of 5. It depending on the budget, it could have been a 4, but I don't really know what the budget is on it. A lot depends on me with the budget, but 3.5 out of 5. Like, and this after Frontiers is probably the second best 8 films to die for out of the first 8. Now I haven't watched Abandoned yet, so we'll see if that one's better. But this was the second best 8 films to die for film out of the first 8. So I appreciate y'all hanging. Y'all come back and hang with me again. Like, subscribe, comment. We'll holler at y'all.